Hello and welcome to Extracting from Sinner's End. So I got two clips to show you today. One's going to be mostly PvE and one's going to be a short little PvP interaction on my way to the Red Portal. So have you ever been going into a match and just wanted to get a couple of pieces of gear, get out, and then just reset, continue that, and just build up your coffers for a little bit? Well, you've come to the right place. Here I'm not overly focused on PvP, I'm not even focused too much on PvE. I'm just talking about getting out of this place. So the first thing that you'll see me do in this clip is check that map. So that's what you want to be doing too. Check the map and look at the closest portal. The portals are the little blue icons on the map, and they're going to be there every single game of Sinner's End. Identify which portal is closest to you, or if you think it's safer to go to one or the other, and start beginning to clear a path. While you're clearing this path, there's a couple things that you want to do. The first one is try to stay out of combat with players, unless you're choosing the interaction. The second one is leaving mobs in pathways and areas that can actually guard you. And then the third thing is staying healthy in case a player does show up. So as a rogue, this is really easy because you can just walk around stabbing everything in the back, pretty much invisible the entire time. And so, as you can see, I've already followed a couple of these principles. The first one being quiet. As a rogue, only using 2 hits to clear most mobs is very beneficial instead of using the 8 to 12 hit combo that rogue can do and you can hear across the entire map. The same goes if you're playing Pyromancer or other classes. Trying to keep the interactions with the mobs as short and sweet as possible won't give many audio cues for other players to find you. So if you are playing Pyromancer, I wouldn't use your staff if I were you. I'd be using my sword and orb and just using that and kiting the mobs around. Now that could take a lot longer if you didn't bring in a leveled sword or any good gear on that side of things, and that's alright. We're talking about playing it safe and getting out. We're not talking about killing things as fast as possible and nuking the entire map. This strategy works so well for me. I don't think I've died on rogue for the past 20 plus runs, and I have gotten to PvP action. As long as you have a plan going in, you're more likely to get out. So as you can see, I'm clearing my path to this portal. And now I'm going to clear out some mobs because my inventory is still lacking. I'm going to clear out this archer because archers are annoying. However, I would suggest if I did this run again, to leave that archer up as it covers that entire entrance, and another player would have to go through that archer to get to me. So clearing out the tile is optional. If you have a clear path to the portal, you could just wait, but fill up your inventory to your heart's content, and then choose whether or not you want to keep exploring. So in this case, I clear this room and I clear the previous room, and I'm practically full. So I'm just going to keep clearing a little bit and getting more loot. Now, if you feel like, okay, I could drop some of these green equipments, or I don't need green equipments for my heirlooms, that's completely cool. Just continue exploring. If you continue to explore, follow the same principle as before, and that is staying along the perimeter, being quiet, and leaving yourself a path to the portal. So if I were to explore in this game, I would probably stay along the edge of the map. I'd probably clear the other side of the tile I'm in, and then continue on to watch for other players. However, after clearing these skeletons, in my way to these skeletons and a couple chests, I'm relatively happy. And so you'll actually see in this clip, I have a full inventory, and I'm just going to kill a couple more things, and then I'm going to sit around for a little bit and wait for the portal to open. Now, how do you know if those portals are going to open or not? From my observations, I'm not sure if there is somewhere on the wiki it talks about this, but the portals will open when the red zone reaches them. And that happens usually around the second circle time. So you got about 10-ish minutes. I believe this entire run took me 12.5 minutes, and I'm speeding it up for you about 150% here. So you might have to wait a little bit. So continue to clear, continue to kill mobs. Maybe you want that XP. If not, you can just do what I do here. I'm going to loot this chest, and then I'm going to sit there. And while you're sitting there, dude, you can watch a YouTube video. You could play some Bloons Tower Defense. That's what I was doing. I was playing Bloons Tower Defense. Or pretty much anything else. So you can just relax. And as you can see, I sit here, and I'm watching the zone, and I'm like, oh man, the circle's up by me, so that portal's not going to open for a bit. So let me fast forward, and let's get into that PvP clip. So here I am at the start of the PvP clip. I have been clearing most of the tiles I was in, just kind of keep it safe. And I'm thinking, okay, I just want to take this red portal and move on to the next zone, try taking out the boss, and just see what that's all about. Maybe there's some good gear in there. And so what I do is I made sure all my cooldowns were up before opening the store, because I had a feeling I'm getting close to the circle, there's probably going to be a player here. Red flags immediately. There's mobs on the floor, and I see a dead player. So now I'm looking at the top right, trying to figure out, okay, what am I up against? We got some daggers, and we got someone with a longsword. So it could either be another rogue, it could be a lot of things actually. So I just gotta keep my eyes open and my ears ready. I want to hear any audio cue I can. So I'm gonna approach the red portal to see what's going on down there. So I'm gonna activate Vanish to use my stealth to my advantage and see what's going on. And I did hear daggers approaching this guy, and so I knew I was probably up against a rogue. And I see him, and I'm like, okay, I can take a quick interaction. And I whiffed quite a bit there, but he used a very, very early Petrify. And so now I know I can just reset this fight, and if he chases me, I have Petrify and he doesn't. So he just tries to go for the classic fire potion into what's that called, a crossbow. And I was like, okay, let's just reset the fight, get the full health up, wait for my Vanish to come up again, and then I'll go back down there and play for the portal. I'm not interested in this PvP interaction at all. If I kill him, that's great. If I don't, that's fine too, as long as I don't die. I just want to get to that red portal and go continue getting loot. Specifically purples and blues, that was kind of the goal, because that's what I'm lacking right now. So I'm looking for this fight, and I actually can tell he's starting to get a little bit worried. So I'm going to petrify him, and I'm just going to heal. I'm waiting for this portal. I don't care about this guy at all. So I'm playing for this portal, and I'm just going to heal up. I'm not even going to use any flasks on him, and then I'm going to approach. So I see the portal open up just now. I want to stop his heal. If I hit that, I probably could have chased him down. And then I was like, okay, well, that's cool with me. And I just took the red portal. And then I end up going into the next zone. So it really is that easy to extract from Sinner's End. As long as you're using your cooldowns correctly, you will not have too much trouble getting to your portals. So Rogue has great tools for it. You can use Petrify, just walk past them. All the other classes have their own unique tools that you can use as well, whether it's using Fire Blast and Pyromancer to force them away, using Death Knight's Grass to pull them towards you and then force a really deadly interaction for them and make them run away. Ideally before the portal opens up so they can't get right back to it. As a fighter, you could hold your charge, you could hold your movement speed buff, engage a fight, and then when you see the portal open up, you can just dash right past them. As a priest, I have no clue what you do. I haven't seen anyone pick that character yet. As a druid, you can turn into cat form, kite around, jump in right past them. Chiromancer, you can just create an entire zone of a living hell, a frozen hell specifically, on the portal, and then that will force them either away or into a really bad scenario where you can probably kill them right away. As a cryomancer, you can also do some pretty funny things, like if you have the turn yourself into an ice block, you can get in between you and the portal and just close off the entire zone while you're healing and then walk right in, and they can't really do much about that unless they have a stone flask. Speaking of, the flasks and potions are extremely important when you're playing this game. So if you're just trying to extract, having potions like a mimic potion to blend into your environment so players don't mind you, and you can just take the portal whenever it opens up, very useful. Using a stone flask to stop a player from approaching you as the portal's opening up, also very useful. I mean, you can use fire to block off pathways as well. You can use thunder to slow them down. Just having any form of flask on you to throw at them is so useful. So I'd encourage you to use those. A second strategy that I don't really have an example of, I wasn't recording at the time, is if you have enough health pots, let's say you have like 6 pots and 6 bandages, you can just tank the red zone and walk across the entire map to an open portal. If you check the map and you see that there's a blue portal available, and you can see if it's available because it turns unblue when someone takes it, you could just go through the red zone and straight to that portal. It's a lot easier said than done, unless you're a rogue. As a rogue, you can just drop aggro, open doors, rinse and repeat. All you have to really watch out for is archers and crossbowmen, and mini bosses, I guess, although those are much easier to avoid aggro from. As other classes, you have tools as well, but if you have enough bandages, just tanking the red zone to leave is something that you can do. So I hope this video helped you out. Extracting Sinner's End is a lot easier than it might seem. You don't have to go into those middle zones. You don't have to engage with all of the crazy AoE stuff that's going to happen in the middle. Just play your game, play how you want to, and get out. Thanks for watching.